Well, in the middle of putting a fuel pump in, which turned into a new fuel tank. That'll be here tomorrow. But I've got a few other projects to do. I picked this up the other day at my local pick and pull. I can't believe people sell them for $200 or more on eBay. $17. So first thing we're going to do is, you can tell it's too big, so we're going to measure it up. I guess what we'll do is measure how far this needs to get to the edge. That's the edge. That looks like 2 3/4. You want your mount to go underneath the fender. Want your mount under the fender, and then you want this on top of your. We ain't gonna say it. Okay, so the problem is just that. Nice hole in here. If I can put this on. Would that be neat? Go ahead and put one mount in. Weld this together and do it right there. I may have to take a little more out. Tell you what I see that I don't like. Where I mounted my computer. I got a feeling it's going to be in the way. Well, if that don't crush all dreams. Well, dang. One problem at a time. I need to sleeve this, weld it up, and then figure that out. So originally I wanted to sleeve it. I don't have any round tube that size, but I did have a bolt, so I opened the hole up a little bigger so I can get some penetration around both sides really well. So that's what I'm going to do now, is I'm going to tack it in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my square so it's straight. Let that cool off for a second. Alright. So, passenger side in first. Alright. Looking okay. Looking okay. Just going to lift that up. There's a little lip down there. Alright, so I think this side is in further. Oh, here we go. It's about as far in as I can get it. And that's about as far as it'll go in. So, back on the hinge, and what I'm finding out is this is hitting up here, and I've read in a forum where someone had a problem with that. He just spaced his down, and I may go that route if I have to, but first I'm gonna cut this out. I got both sides marked, so I'm just going to cut as straight as I can and cut that out. And I'm just going to take my box tube here, cut it to size. I'll leave the lip on it so I can kind of have something to weld it to on the sides here. Obviously when I get down here it's going to be a little different. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this out and then make sure I'm still not hitting with that. Alright, I got it cut out, and this is my piece of box that I cut open. You can see this one, for example. This is the other side. So I kept the L on there. They're in that section, so that I can weld it up there. And I just did I painted this green, and originally I was hitting in this section, so as you see I ground it down some. Now it's clear. So here's the section. The cavity is empty. That's where this one goes in at. Having just a little fitment issues. It's a little tight, so I may have to clean it up a little bit. But it's just gonna go. I tuck it under the lip first. That's about where it's getting hung up. I've had it in there a couple times, but it keeps falling out. I had cut down this section. It fits in there pretty well. It gives me something to weld to now with the lip. So I'll be able to push that and just tack that and weld this up. Okay, on the hood hinge again. I've got it bolted in on both sides now. We're good here. I've got these kind of tie wrapped so they lay flatter so I can close my hood. So I've got this in here, and I just welded a couple bolts on both sides. And now we're going to attempt to close the hood and make sure they hit right where we want them to. So I'm gonna, as you can tell, I've been spraying green as I go. I'm gonna spray the pad green. I want to make sure the bolts actually go in the holes. I was going to use my inspection camera, but wouldn't you know it, it won't turn on. So I was going to spray this nice and runny. So what we're looking for is transfer on the bolts. So here we go. We're going to go down, and we'll just close it. That should tell us. Alright, so bolts don't have any green paint there, here. So I'm gonna say we went right through the hole. Maybe what we'll do is we'll pull this up a little bit, just a little bit, and maybe we'll try again. Okay, so we definitely pushed them down. No green paint, as you can tell. I got a little bit right on the edge. Good, good. And we're good here. Alright. So I guess we mount it to the hinge. Well, for that, I want to get some more welding in here done. So let's take the hood off, weld these up. We know we're lined up here. So, yeah, let's do some welding. Alright, it's welding. It ain't pretty. We'll pretty it up later. Right now, just want to see if it's going to fit. I was on my way to try it on myself, but I figured you guys might want to see the first attempt too. You know, failed together, I guess, kind of thing. Let me see where I can put you at, where you can kind of see. You got a hinge here. I guess you're only going to see one hinge. Now this is going to be kind of hard because I can't see nothing. Totally missed. So, let me get this side set. Okay. Okay, It's they're all in the holes. Well, it flips forward. Yeah, boy. I think going forward was the easy part. I think going back is going to be the challenging part. Let's see how bad our alignment really is. So obviously we don't have thingies back here yet. It ain't terrible. It's a little heavy on driver's side. Alright, it's coming together. So I have already started to cut the back part. So all I did was hammer down where the hood used to bolt on both sides. So now it's going to slide in here. Let's see if I can find a place to put you where you can watch that. Okay, so here's what I did, because it didn't fit the first time, so I put it down, and I just took a marker, and I went to the back side here, so I know I needed it below that, and I just kind of marked it. It's easier to subtract, to keep subtracting, so it took me about 3 tries before I got it to fit perfect on both sides. The only problem right now is just need to do some adjustment. As you can tell, I've got a pretty big gap here, and I've got no gap. So I'm going to take the hood off, or loosen it, tweak it a little bit, get it to fit. Okay, after many trials and tribulations, I got it working. I was hitting right here a little bit with this bar. As you can see, I painted it black. It touched right here a little bit, and then right in here. So I just opened that a little bit. That side over there is okay. But she's working. My gas. Alright guys, well thanks for watching. I've got to get down on doing my battery relocation. Today's the only day I have free for the week, so I got a lot to get done. Thanks for watching guys. Hit that like button, subscribe. We'll get more content on the Blazer soon.